Hi, welcome to Think Human. I'm Chris, and in this video I want to talk about UFOs. What are they? How can they be explained? So one thing that people quite often miss is what UFO even stands for. UFO means unidentified flying object. So immediately we understand that this thing is unidentified. So when people look up at the sky and see something weird and they say, hey, that's an UFO. And that is correct for them saying that because they have not yet identified that. But what UFO has come to mean is that, oh, I don't know what that is. That must be an alien coming from another solar system. Like this kind of leap and jump to make is quite unreasonable when in fact what you're saying first is that you have no idea what that thing is, and so the next thing you say is that that must be aliens. There are many ways to explain these kind of interesting phenomena happening. A lot of it is because of meteors, comets, some kind of planets, seeing Venus. There is this one story of a police officer following this bright orb in the sky. It was just glowing, this big thing in the sky, and he was following it on a rocky road, just going left and right towards the road, and this orb was just following right ahead of him. Later he spoke with some people and it turned out that it was actually Venus that he saw in the sky. So even if there is something of authority, some police person, whoever it might be, that doesn't make them any more smarter. That doesn't give them any more credit in knowing what it actually might be, because everyone can be equally ignorant, no matter if you're a police officer, fireman, whatever you do. It's like seeing these military people saying that they worked in some military area and they saw some weird things, and people immediately give them more credit because they have some military status, when in fact it might quite often be that they're just retired, no one's paying attention to them, they're bored, and then they come up with these kind of stories. A lot of it can also be weather or aircraft, like we said, unidentified flying objects that people mistake for some kind of alien spacecraft. A lot of it is hoaxes, people just making this kind of stuff up, and I'm sure that some people telling these cases are genuine, they're honest, they're not like faking or pretending, but still people are really easily misled and people can unidentify things really easily. And of course, the most important thing, we can see things, we can hallucinate. How many times have you seen a face in the clouds? Or how many times have you thought that the shadow is something that it isn't? Our brains constantly are wired to see things in the world, even when there actually isn't anything there. There are a few cases that we can find that are really extraordinarily strange, like things that we don't really have a good explanation for. Like people thought it was weather balloon or something, but turns out it was moving too fast, something like that. The honest thing to say, the honest and best thing to say is that we just don't know. Like if we see something we don't understand, our first reaction shouldn't be that this is some kind of an alien spaceship coming from another galaxy. What's the most likely explanation? That something weird is going on with the weather, maybe a rock is falling through the atmosphere, or some aliens traveled billions of light years just to get here with their advanced technology and then just pass by, not even say hi or anything. Like, but it's totally fun. I absolutely get the attraction. It's this mysterious, strange, and interesting to think like maybe we are being visited, like all this kind of stuff. It's exciting, and I sometimes also love to watch these kind of videos of UFO sightings and things like that. It's exciting and fun, but you should take it with a grain of salt. You should look at it like genuinely like things we don't know. Like a lot of it we know, like most of the cases, over 90% are weather phenomena, aircraft, things that we completely understand. Another part of that might very well be people either lying or just imagining things, and some part of it might genuinely be things that we don't yet understand. But the first conclusion shouldn't be this is aliens. We should think reasonably. It's not impossible, of course, and it would be really exciting if we get some kind of proof that it actually is some kind of alien life forms, but it shouldn't be the first conclusion that we come to just because it's exciting to think that. We should still be honest with ourselves and being open to other possibilities, not just believing something that sounds kind of cool and exciting. I remember I have had some experiences of seeing like actual, like, why is it always lights, but like also seeing lights in the sky, and weird lights, bright lights. I was standing outside in the night one time and I just saw these glowing orbs in the sky, and they were moving in a really strange way. And like until this day I can't explain what it is. Was it ball lightning? It wasn't a satellite, it was moving way too weird. It wasn't a helicopter or aircraft, there was no sound, nothing like that. It was there for like a few minutes. It's strange, but yeah, I'm not thinking those are necessarily aliens. How weird if it was, but you know, there's so many other explanations that we can go through. First, we should go from most likely to least likely, and then we can kind of get an idea of how to really look at these things. So these are just some thoughts of UFOs. UFO means unidentified flying object, not an alien flying in a solar system. So important thing to note. So I hope you got some interesting ideas. If you have any ideas, please leave them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and take care.